Whoa, sweet, a new Mario game! Hey, wait a second. That's not a Nintendo system, that's an iPad. Whoa, Mario's running by himself. I'm not even touching anything. There's clearly only one explanation here. My iPad's possessed. Okay, so clearly Super Mario Run isn't your typical Mario game, even though it may look like one. By taking away all direct control of Mario besides jumping, it puts a focus squarely on platforming, or more specifically, precision timing. If you need to bounce off an enemy to reach a high area, you'll have to plan your jump in advance in order to stick the landing, as there are no redos here. And you'd better keep a close eye out for those collectibles, as there's almost no turning back if you pass one up, unless there happens to be a wall nearby for you to bounce off of. Even the original Super Mario Bros. Was more forgiving. Although, as a last resort, you can use up one of your lives to ride in a bubble backwards through the level a short ways. Now besides running automatically, the game throws a few other controlled curveballs too, such as how Mario will automatically vault over short enemies like Goombas and Koopa Troopas. But you can then jump off of them during the vault for added points and height. Furthermore, Mario will encounter several new kinds of blocks that directly impact his movement. Some bring him to a halt as soon as he steps on them, while others let him perform a long jump, whereas another kind will launch Mario backwards when he jumps. These blocks appear frequently and are an essential component of the levels, demanding split-second reactions of when and how to make use of them, especially when it comes to finding all the hidden coins. And just when you think you found all 5 coins in a level, a second and then a third batch of coins will open up, this time in harder to reach locations, complete as some course elements moved around. And it's those collectibles that are the real meat of the game's World Tour mode, because it only has 24 levels split among 6 worlds. And since each level only takes a couple of minutes at most to get through, you can blow through all 24 in just about an hour. And that even includes the first batch of collectible coins, as once I got used to the controls, I was able to grab all 5 during most of my first level playthroughs. But the second and third coin batches will tack on a couple of extra hours. Okay, so I've covered how the game plays, but how does it feel? Well, at first, it felt wrong. I mean, not having direct control over Mario and everything that entails just feels weird. Like not being able to turn around and grab something I missed, or not being able to slow down to better gauge an upcoming jump. It can feel a little frustrating when compared to a typical Mario game, at first. But like I said at the start, this isn't a typical Mario game. And once I got used to the controls, as well as the idea that it's okay to replay a stage if I missed something, the game started to grow on me. The lack of control no longer felt like a burden, but a revelation. They just clicked. And once they did, Super Mario Run almost felt like a rhythm game at points, where I would get into a groove and be at one with Mario as he bounced and bopped his way through some fantastically designed levels. And that's even more the case in Toad Rally, a competitive mode in which you challenge the online replays of friends and strangers alike in a race to get the most points in 60 seconds by bopping enemies, collecting coins, and even pulling off cool moves like rolling jumps, consecutive wall jumps, and flipping while ledge climbing, all to impress a growing crowd of toads that gather at the bottom of the screen. It almost feels like an entire mode designed around the stylish moves from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and it's awesome. I had a blast taking on my friends' replays to try and best their score. I really can't overstate how good it feels to pull off a near-flawless run to a crowd of cheering toads. And the best part of it all? If you win, those cheering toads will come with you and move into your kingdom. Wait, kingdom? That's right, Super Mario Run's third mode, Kingdom Builder, is actually the first thing you'll see every time you start the game, as it exists on the main menu. And the more toads that move in, the more your kingdom will level up, unlocking the ability to purchase new decorations, buildings, and special structures using the coins you've earned in the other 2 modes. And you can plop those structures wherever you want to really make the kingdom feel your own. Now, while the decorations may just be for looks, the buildings and special structures can serve actual gameplay purposes. Build a Toad House to play a special minigame, or add a rainbow bridge to expand your kingdom to a whole new region. Heck, you can even build houses for other characters like Yoshi or Luigi to make them playable in World Tour and Toad Rally. And they even play differently too, such as with Yoshi's trademark Flutter Jump. Now, while you may not spend a ton of time in Kingdom Builder, it's a surprisingly fun addition that helps tie everything together, providing an incentive to keep playing the other 2 modes and unlock more cool stuff, like this pretty slick looking gold Mario statue. Yeah, my kingdom's got some bling. Super Mario Run's presentation in general is pretty solid, even if it is based around the extremely tired New Super Mario Bros. Theme. But reused assets aside, it generally looked pretty sharp on my iPad Pro's display, although I did notice the backgrounds looked a bit blurry when the camera zoomed in. The performance is also solid, with only occasional frame rate hiccups which are barely noticeable. As for the music, well, even though it is based around the same New Super Mario Bros. Tracks you've heard so many times now, it's actually been injected with a bit more bounce now thanks to a few new instruments. And I have to admit, it was actually kinda catchy. So, taken all together, I was not only surprised by how much content Super Mario Run had, but also, and more importantly, how much I enjoyed it. I mean, this is coming from a guy who generally doesn't care about mobile games and is sick to death of everything New Super Mario Bros. Related. And yet, I couldn't put Super Mario Run down. I even had trouble finishing this review on time because I was so hooked. The controls, or lack thereof, really make this feel like a different type of Mario, and I enjoy the process of learning how to get good with them all over again. Plus, Toad Rally is totally addictive, and helps make up for the somewhat brief World Tour mode. In fact, Toad Rally is probably my favorite of the two modes. I just love impressing those gosh darn Toads with stylish moves way too much. Add on to that a surprisingly rewarding Kingdom Builder mode, and you have a game that I liked a lot. Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. Anyways, thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned to Game Explain for more on Super Mario Run and all things Nintendo 2. Catch you later, bye.